Wow, people are already watching. You guys are early. That's impressive. This won't be the last time I say this, but welcome to the Telescope Time Machine. I'm Corey Schmitz, your host on today's Telescope Time Machine for the Jupiter opposition. Have some coffee. That's my radio voice. Wow, I lost like 6 viewers just like that, thinking it was something else probably. Like, oh, I thought this was cool. You must announce yourselves. Oh, yeah, this is big now. Big Jupiter. Announce yourselves in the comments, please. I'm just curious to know where you're from, where you're watching from, and then also state your UTC offset. That would be fantastic. If you know your UTC time offset, then you get like extra double points for being cool. So I'm going to be doing a lot of I do a lot of stuff at once here. I'm controlling the telescope, as you can see in this camera view over here. So you can see the computer screens. I'm controlling the telescope. I'm controlling the live stream. I'm controlling the coffee. Oh, that's good. I even got some chocolate for this party. I mean, really. Nice. Arkansas, Italy, Turkey, South Africa, Pennsylvania, USA. Jeez, look at this. This is amazing. Okay, UTC offsets, go. Mine's +2. What's yours? It's important to know. -4. Good guess. In Pennsylvania, -4 sounds pretty close. Sounds pretty close. Is it Jamieson? Or just Jameson? Jamieson? Anyway, yeah. -4 sounds pretty good. So the atmosphere is not that great this evening. But it is Jupiter opposition. This is, we're about 12. What are we? Let's see. It's at 0800 UTC. Tomorrow it is currently 1930 UTC, so that means we're 5 hours plus 8, 13. Yeah, just about 12.5 hours now from Jupiter opposition, from the actual Jupiter opposition, from that moment in time where, you know, the orbits of Jupiter and Earth kind of meet relative to the sun, when Jupiter is exactly opposite the sun in relative to Earth. So we're, you know, getting our New Jersey. Nice. Sweet, we're from New Jersey. We've got Arkansas, we've got Pennsylvania, we've got Turkey, we've got Italy, we've got here in South Africa. Amazing. Fantastic. As always, this is a constant live Q&A. I don't have like, there's no format for this stream other than it's me using my telescope and most of the time imaging with my telescope while I chat to people and, I don't know, talk about what we're seeing and what how to image and what I'm doing and that kind of thing. Right now I'm just looking and talking to everybody and get everything set up because we're still waiting. I can see the GRS. You probably can't yet. It's just, maybe you can, just right off to the side right here. You can just see it barely on that left limb. And the thing is, it's going to rotate over the next couple of hours. It's going to rotate all the way across the face of the planet. So we're going to see quite a bit of cool stuff here. I'm actually going to move this into the center so that I can keep it nice and centered and stable. And yeah, I mean, the atmosphere is jumping around a lot tonight, but that's okay. It is Jupiter opposition, and that's the important part. Finding focus is going to be interesting. I can see that tonight we're probably going to be shooting a lot of infrared, not a lot of color. It's just not right for color tonight, but maybe it'll settle down later. It's still a little early. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to put this in the center. I'm going to center that a little more, and then I'm going to use something called auto alignment, where it's going to automatically, now that I have it in the center, it's going to actually use the camera sensor itself. Look at that. Now it's going to be nice and stable right in the center. That makes imaging a lot easier. So see it, that yellow box is all that I'm going to record, is whatever's inside that yellow box. That keeps the file sizes small and saves hard drive space, basically. I've only got 150 gigabytes of hard drive space that I can use, so I have to be a little bit picky with what I record sometimes. Believe it or not, this stuff takes a huge amount of hard drive space. You're seeing a couple of moons there, and I'll move this over. Let's see, I'm gonna make it 100%. I'll move it over a little bit so you can see the moons. So you can actually see 2 moons now. Let me make it a little smaller. Oh, the one is right behind. That. Maybe I need to make it bigger. It's not going to fit. Let's see, I will turn this one off because you don't need to see 2 of me right now. So, yeah, you can barely see it anyway. That's Europa. It's very, very dim right here. Every once in a while when the focus snaps in, you can see it. That's Europa. This is Ganymede, the moon Ganymede. Hello! From Girona. I'm gonna Google that. City in Spain, excellent. Now, how do I pronounce it? Let's see. I need to do this right. I want to do this right. It's in northern Catalonia. Excellent. Girona. Is that right? Interesting. See, the things we learn on these, we meet people from all over the world. From Spain, excellent. Hello, Elisenda. What's your UTC offset? If you just joined us, mine's +2. Wow, we're going to be battling the atmosphere all night. Okay. So yeah, what you're seeing now is you're seeing Jupiter as it is right now in my sky here in South Africa. The Great Red Spot is right here off to the left side. It's going to be rotating over the course of the next couple of hours across the face of the planet. This is the moon Ganymede, and this is the moon Europa over here. I'm actually gonna, cover up Europa because it's kind of, yeah, it's dim. That's okay. That's fine. That is fine. Let's do this. There we go. Watch that. Yeah. Okay. So now you can see the whole scope setup. You can see that. Catalonia, yes. So yeah, so now you can see Jupiter, you can see Ganymede. Ganymede's my favorite moon, personally. I always get the most detail out of it, so that's the one that I like the best. And then Europa over here. This is in real time through my telescope feed, which you see up there in the upper right corner. The upper right corner of your screen there is my telescope in my backyard. I call it Greenside Observatory because I don't have an observatory, but I've got a permanent setup that I built a tent that covers up all the time during the day. It's got 3 layers of plastic tarp to keep the rain and the dust out, and it is green, so therefore it has green sides. So that's why it's called Greenside Observatory. I'm super clever that way, right? So yeah, and then I've got the the time. I've got the UTC time there. I've got my local time, South African Standard Time. So you know what's going on when. Streaming through there. Over here on this computer, you can see on the bottom right. This is my telescope control over here. This computer over here is my live stream computer. My telescope control computer is actually outside near the telescope, and I'm doing a remote screen share of this particular screen, so that I can control the telescope, control the camera, and do everything with that in real time from the warmth of my study here. I've got a little heater over here. It's cold, so that way I can do this for longer. Astro stamina. And as always, ask any questions that you'd like in the comments. I am monitoring that. I'm watching to see what what kind of things you want to know. Oh, why did I do that? See, I pushed the wrong button. Let's see. So I have to keep those 4 dots kind of centered around the planet as good as I can. We are at a focal length of right around 6,000 millimeters or so. So this is a huge lens, basically. Yeah, and I can barely see that the GRS is starting to come around from this side. It's just a little, I mean, just from experience, I know what it looks like when it starts to come around the bend there. And a full rotation of Jupiter is about 9.5 hours. So if you can imagine, I mean, it moves quick. It moves really quick, and there's a lot of local atmosphere we're dealing with tonight. So you'll just have to bear with it and deal. Let's see. So here's the telescope. This is the view of the telescope itself. So the camera that or the telescope computer I'm controlling is actually that one down there. If you look, you can see me move the mouse remotely. So I'm going to go left and then right and then left and then right there on the computer screen down there. So yeah, I'm controlling the computer remotely. Yeah, and that is a 12-inch Ritchie-Chrétien telescope with a 2.5 times power mate, which is a tele-extender basically for a telescope, otherwise known as a Barlow lens, and that will multiply the focal length of the telescope by whatever particular power of multiplication that it uses. So this is a 2.5x. So this telescope is right around 2,400 or so millimeters of focal length. And so if you multiply that by 2.5, you know, you get pretty far up there. And it's not exact. It kind of depends on, you know, distances from the end of the teleextender to the camera, those kind of things. So it's hard to, you kind of have to use some math based on, like, well, we know how big, you know, Jupiter is right now in the sky, so we can use that to figure out exactly the focal length of it. So somewhere around there. Now, it's an f8. It's an f8 telescope. So when I use a 2.5x teleextender or power mate like I am, that means that I'm now shooting at f20. So that's something to note. When we're doing planetary imaging, we often talk in that kind of thing. So let's see what else about the telescope. Yeah, it's on a Celestron CGEM DX telescope mount. That telescope's actually taller than me, so when you go out there, it's very heavy and large. And those pipes, those cable pipes, those are all the cables that you see running. And I've got them neatly organized around the telescope so that they don't get caught up on anything, and you can move the telescope throughout the entire rotation that it can go without getting tangled. So it's very important, especially when you're doing remote imaging like this, you know, even if it's 20 meters away, which is what my telescope is. So not bad. So we'll go back to the screen now. There's Jupiter again. This is my control screen on the telescope computer. Just to give you a little bit of background, this is what I'm seeing on my telescope control. That's the full screen down, you know, down to the corner here to up here. It's running old virtual. It's running a old version of Windows 7, which is hilarious, I know, but it's what I had on my old computer, and that works just fine at the moment. So I'll upgrade to Windows 10 eventually, but normally I use Mac, so that's why I'm actually running it on a Macintosh, a MacBook Pro that I've got that's old, and running it on Boot Camp. So this is all the camera control here. This stuff controls the camera and focuser and the filters and the color that we're looking at. And then down here is my telescope control, where I actually move the telescope around manually. Down here, this is my targeting screen, using a guide scope and small guide camera. I don't use it to guide with, I use it just for targeting. So because the planets are so small, you have to get them in a very specific spot. And for this telescope, getting it perfectly lined is difficult, so you just kind of have to get it right around in this area, and then it's good. That's kind of how I've got it set up. It works well for me. I can be up and running real quick. So Marlon's here from Mexico. Huda, my friend Huda's here from the UAE. We're all over the map. Geez, let's see. Now we just need somebody from Australia. We need someone from like Japan. Oh man, I wonder if, yeah, that'd be cool. Anyway, let's get the whole world. Let's get the globe going. This would be amazing. Hi from Dubai. Yep, got to bring the dad jokes and the bad rhymes. So there's that. Let's go back to this view. Here's this view. We'll see that great red spot really start showing itself just now. I don't know, it's like, it's really bad, and I don't even want to image it at this point, so we can just look at stuff, you know, why not? We may as well. Okay. Kevin Freitas from the west coast of the United States. You know what sucks is actually it's probably fine. I was gonna drink a beer to celebrate Jupiter opposition, but because people in South Africa don't want to obey the rules and don't want to be smart about the whole pandemic thing, it's kind of getting out of hand here. We've recently hit the 9th in the world for infections, which is pretty cool. You know, 9th in the world down here in South Africa. So they have banned alcohol sales for the second time in the last few months, and I'm stuck with my beer supply that I've got downstairs. I'm not going to touch it until special occasions. I've got to keep that stuff nice. So yeah, no, this mug is it's a C. That's not a crescent moon. No, that's just a C. And yeah, it's for my name, but it's also just basically a Scrabble mug. So nothing too special. Anant Krishna, hey, how you doing? I've seen you around here for a while. Good stuff. That is pretty cool. Huda's saying, how cool is it that my initial looks like a crescent moon? I didn't even think about that. That is, cheers to that, you know? Bam. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's cool. I like it. I like it. So Kevin is telling me that he got his Star Adventurer Mini, and he's gonna try imaging Neowise with it. You know what? You don't need to track. You don't need to track, but I mean, why not? May as well test and play with it, of course. But yeah, I mean, do it. Why not? Do it with a long lens. I'm jealous of you folks in the States that can see that comet, because from what I've seen, it just looks amazing, and I'm kind of jealous. So I'm gonna have a block of chocolate. That's good. See, chocolate and coffee, it's perfect. We can sit here, talk to my internet friends, have my coffee and my chocolate. Oh, it's perfect. Let's see. Okay, let's switch colors. Let's just see if yeah, definitely. I mean, the atmosphere's not good. That's rough. We'll take a look at an infrared just now. Let's check red. So here we are in red. Ew. When it's this hard to find focus, you know it's rough. Listen, if it wasn't opposition, I wouldn't have. Reddit has a live. Anand says I should do Reddit live and I'll get more reach. I mean, I have a Reddit account. I've never done Reddit live before. How do I do Reddit live? Didn't know if that was a thing. Is that like the same as YouTube live, or does it just share your YouTube stuff? That's interesting. I want to put this over here. There. Okay. Well, share it on Reddit then. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, you guys in your social media talk, you have to accumulate 750 comment points before I can broadcast, huh? Well, or you can just like share this YouTube stream to the, Reddit astrophotography subreddit, I suppose. That could be interesting. I wonder what would happen. I wonder, okay, if I go to Reddit, yeah, okay. I've actually got 2 Reddit accounts. Okay, this one's fine, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. So if I remember when Reddit like started so long ago. Oh, it was such a cool thing. How do I freaking post? There we go. New link. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done this. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, see, I'm not gonna. I was playing around with. I was looking at, you know, do I use Twitch? Should I use one of the other streaming networks? And it seems like, you know, wherever you go, it doesn't really matter. I'm streaming Jupiter live through my telescope right now for Jupiter opposition. Come hang out. Okay, subreddit astronomy or astrophotography. Let's just do astronomy. That's pretty cool. Keep this nice and centered. Oh my goodness. People are gonna be like, why is it so fuzzy? You know? Astronomy, YouTube, okay. I'm not a robot. I haven't posted to Reddit in a long time. I wonder if this is even gonna work. Okay, well, I just posted. I wonder what's, so right now, okay, I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. If that works, then I'll start like at least announcing on Reddit. The fact that you have to have like all those comment points and stuff. I put it on the astronomy subreddit. I've posted on the astronomy one a long time ago. Wow, this focus is rough. So this is blue. I always like blue when it's nice. It's not nice right now at all. But what is the, okay, so on the astrophotography subreddit, Kevin is saying the images there can't have anything in them from below the Kármán line. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Is that like something the kids made up? Is that like a, you know, thing with the youngsters of today, or is that just like me not being with it? Because like, you know, I'm 41 years old. Ooh, we can see the great red spots sort of. Oh man, this is the worst atmospheric conditions I have seen in a while. Not good. I just posted on Reddit, come hang out, come check out this stuff. One, nobody's probably gonna see it and come over, which is fine. And then when they do, they're gonna come over and see it, and they're gonna be like, why the hell did I come over to this disgusting, gross looking feed? So Ganymede, we'll see Ganymede here. Ganymede, yeah, what's the Kármán line? What is that? It's a 100-kilometer imaginary boundary into space. So anything below that. Well, that's fine. That's not space. So like, what's the altitude of the International Space Station? Is it around there? I don't even know. I don't remember. It's not like you want to have pictures of weather balloons, you know? Well, this is fun. We're just gonna hang out. I don't even think I'm gonna hit the record button. I might do it. I don't know. What was I saying? I was talking about Ganymede. So Ganymede here, this moon, it's a moon, that fuzzy bouncing thing, is a moon, and it's approaching the planet, but not really. It's actually way far behind Jupiter right now in its orbit. It's going far back behind Jupiter. It's actually not going in front, so it's not a transit at all. It's going behind Jupiter. So it will disappear behind Jupiter in, I don't know how long, 30 minutes from now, I'm gonna guess. But this is the ridiculous blue filter and the worst atmospheric seeing I've seen in a long time. I've got local smoke, low cloud I'm shooting through, and for some reason I'm still trying to focus because it's ridiculous for me even to try. No. There's no transit events happening right now, Anant. Anant Krishna was asking if we're going to be able to see any shadows of moons on Jupiter. And unfortunately, man, I wish I could say yes, but I can't tonight because there are no transit events tonight. Unfortunately, because man, it's so cool when they do happen around opposition because there's like the shadow's like right behind the moon. Unfortunately, Ganymede's going behind the moon, and not in. Ganymede is going behind Jupiter and not in front of Jupiter in relation to Earth. So, no, there's no transit events tonight, but maybe tomorrow. So like, it's so bad tonight, I'm probably not even going to record anything. But yeah, I do need some sweet adaptive optics. That's for damn sure. The GRS is sort of visible, yes, on that left side. Anant is pointing that out. And if I could, actually find decent focus, I'm hunting around like a beast here. I'm trying, you guys. I'm really trying. I'm trying to tighten up this focus. I'm going to switch over to green. Green's going to be a little bit better than the blue. I hope. We'll wait until it's in the middle to do any sort of infrared stuff because infrared's going to make that GRS kind of disappear. I mean, it's funny. It's like, it's so big. Jupiter's so big in the camera sensor right now. And the detail is definitely there, but it's just not because of the atmosphere. It's just not. Every once in a while you can kind of see it popping in, huh? But yeah, I mean, the GRS is right there. It's starting to rotate through. Yeah. Such is life. You should have seen the crap in the atmosphere. If you saw my Twitter feed, I posted a photo at sunset today, and the stuff that we're probably shooting through right now is pretty horrible. Yeah. It'll be cool when the GRS is like dead center though. Okay, so we are now 12 hours away, I believe. 22, 4, yeah, 12 hours. 12 hours away from opposition right now. Jupiter opposition minus 12 hours. I never tweeted about, so I went over, let's see, where's my thing? Oh, hey. Didn't even get one upvote. Come on, y'all. I'm not even, I need to join it. Oh, okay. I wonder if I can post, can I post a link? Oh, I can. So there's my Reddit link. If you guys want to like upload it and see what happens, maybe we'll get more viewers. I don't know. Hello, Noah. Nice to see you. Where are you watching from, out of curiosity? And what's your UTC offset? The standards. Those are my two questions. You don't have to get specific from where you're from. I'm just like curious. What part of the world? You know? We've got people from all over the place right now. It's pretty cool. Again, sorry about the fuzziness, but I just posted a link to it. Can you see it? I just in the comments, I just posted a link to the Reddit. That jet stream is horrible. Okay, guys, my friend Alex from Cape Town is on here, and I use the term friend loosely. He knows he's on thin ice. He knows it. He makes fun of me all the time about being old and bald and, you know, all that stuff. Switzerland, UTC, look at that. Bam. He just, Noah, you just slap it out there. Boom. I love it. Alex, how's that, what's your UTC offset, Alex? Down there in Cape Town. It's the same as mine. What's yours? Thank you, Huda, for starting the upvotes. Yeah, you've got, so there's massive storms down in Cape Town right now. I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa, and they've got some massive action going on. The jet stream is rough. It's bringing storms to you, and it's bringing, what? How's it been removed? I mean, seriously, I'm literally, it's Jupiter opposition live stream. It's not, what? What? Nah, it's got 2 upvotes. It doesn't, I didn't get a removal. Wait, what's this? It's been removed. Violates, what is it? Oh. It says it violated the rules. Content, general rules. What did I frickin' do? What rule did I break? Yeah, it's gone, guys. Thanks for the upvote, but it's disappeared now. YouTube, oh, they're blocked. YouTube's not allowed due to inconsistent quality. Huh. So, that's interesting. So, because YouTube sucks sometimes, apparently. Okay, well, there you go. I tried. They're super strict. It's good that they're strict, I suppose. Oh well. Oh, it's a bot. Oops. I got removed by a bot. Can you believe it? I got bot removed. Thanks anyway. Twitch is dumb, Alex. So Alex is trying to tell me that I should go to Twitch. Why? Why should I go to Twitch? I'm not out there to get like viewers. I really don't care how many. I just want people to have easy access to this. No, why would it? Okay, so Kevin says, why have did I read the subreddit rules for astronomy? Of course I didn't read the rules. Who reads the rules? Ridiculous. You don't read rules, you just post them, that's why come on now. Nobody reads the rules. It's like reading the directions or reading the map. I don't do that. You just go. You just do it. How do you put this thing together? I don't know. Look at it. You're not kidding, Huda. Robot did win. You're not kidding at all. I've been removed by artificial intelligence, which is basically means like, my job is done here. Hey, you guys want to see the great red spot? It's coming around the corner there on the left. Ganymede start. Wow, I mean, is it just me or has the scene gotten worse? This whole time I've been screwing around trying to get this stupid Reddit post to work. The atmosphere has been laughing at me. Come on. I'm really trying hard to find like a sweet spot of the focus, and it's just all over the place. Yeah, this is bad. I hope you guys didn't want to see any actual detail, because you're not going to see any real good detail tonight. Not unless things really, really get better. I wonder if I'm actually shooting through a direct cloud. Come on. If you look at it long enough and squint a little bit, like, it looks like smooth, right? Jeez, this is rough. This is green. Yeah, I'm looking at green right now. It's funny, I responded. You didn't hurt my feelings, Huda. Dude, I'm tough. There goes my, I just, I push one button and the damn thing just freaking goes away. There we go, come back. The telescope left me, the frickin' Reddit left me. Technology is killing me tonight. Now I need to catch up. Okay, what? I am kind of old, Alex. I'm like, I turned 42 this year. I'll have you know. What else? Alex, it's only 10 o'clock. Alex is telling me it's too late in the night for him to operate with a clear mind. Yeah, no, not at all, dude. I know you shoot enough astro for that not to be true. Oh, cool. Marlon says he got a transition last week. It was amazing. You haven't edited it yet. Yeah, no, dude, that's cool. So you got a moon transit event. That's awesome. Those are the best when they work. They're tough, though. They are very tough. See, what else have we got? Laughing like a Reddit robot. Yeah, this is super bad. We're seeing some of the worst jet stream that we have seen. And, I mean, it's just so bad. Last night was bad, but not horrible. That the animation that I posted on social media today was actually from last night. And it was rough, and I only shot in infrared because of that. But it was, usable. The animation was pretty good, and I still haven't made an actual image out of the whole thing, but I think I'm going to be able to get a decent image out of it last night. Tonight, though, geez, I'm not gonna waste any hard drive space on this, but we'll just have some nice looks, which is cool. Every once in a while, in between the crazy jet stream wobbles and the local clouds and whatever the hell I'm shooting through here, it'll be okay. Yeah, Prima 946 says tonight's the best weather for the next 3 days. Yeah, well, I had to shoot tonight no matter what, and I'll probably try and shoot tomorrow also, just because it's still opposition, you know, and you kind of have to. It's like the rules. But yeah, this is rough, man. This is bad. We'll at least shoot until the GRS gets front and center. Hey, I can GIF like a beast. I don't know how old you are, Kevin, but I was GIFing, you know, before GIFing was cool, you know? We were making animated GIFs like way long time ago. Old school. What's this button do? It's basically how it works. Hard as nails. I don't know. Although I was like a nerd in school, so I'm used to people making fun of me. So like, I really just don't give a shit anymore. I don't care. You know, like I embrace it. I don't care. Oh my goodness. Saving energy for this Friday, huh? Okay. What else have we got? The eye of the storm was very close to the Cape. Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, that's your fault. I blame you. That's fine. You can. It's not made for kids. Yeah, all the cool stuff. You know, like bad weather happens when there's cool stuff to see. You know, when there's absolutely nothing cool going on, where it's just like normal. That's when, you know, the weather is perfect, and you don't have to worry. At least we don't have wind, because if we have wind, I can't shoot at all. I can't even do this. I can't even show you a blurry Jupiter if it's windy. Wow, that's worse. Okay, definitely worse. I'm really trying to find focus here. I'm trying my hardest. It's not being nice. Jeez. Oh wow, I don't know what's going on now, but it's got even worse now. Oh, this is like actually almost funny. It's an adventure. Adventures of the jet stream. This is the face that I make when I can't focus. Huh? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Listen, Noah, when I was like 12, nerd was not a compliment. Hey, check Ganymede though. Ganymede's like, it wants to go behind Jupiter. It really does. It's hanging out. I've got pictures of myself from, well, I don't have them. My parents have them. From when I was like, what? How old would I have been now? 12, 13? Oh man. I need to have a chat with my 12-year-old self and be like, dude, don't wear those clothes. Like, you know, you don't have to be cool and stuff, but hey, Mike Phillips! This is not looking good. Don't lie, Mike Phillips. Michael Phillips, my old friend. Dude, this is like, this is this live stream, you choose this live stream of all. This is like the worst conditions I have had in, I'm not even recording. I'm just streaming this because there's no point in recording this. It's so bad. So guys, Michael Phillips, we go way back. Like, geez, damn near a decade ago now. 8 years, 9 years now, almost. Geez, yeah. So Michael Phillips was the OG, you know. He was the planetary guru back then, back when he actually had clear skies to shoot for some reason. I'm not gonna try, man. You should see what I got from the other day. This is terrible. I could eke out like a horrible low resolution image. Ugh, nasty. It's rough. I've got better data that I haven't gotten to. I'll just wait. So yeah, cool thing about Michael Phillips here. He's there. Say hi to Michael. Michael, state where you're from and your UTC offset. Go. So Michael built a 14-inch Newtonian planetary imaging beast with a custom mirror that, if I remember right, he ordered from somebody who's like really good at making mirrors, and he built a tube, and he basically put the entire telescope together and put it on a big mount with wheels, and he would wheel that puppy out. And way back when, we used to do Google Hang. Look at how bad it got just now. What? Oh, that's terrible. So yeah, like he was like, he built some amazing stuff back when it was a little bit harder to do planetary imaging than it is now. It's a lot easier to do it now. It is difficult, but it's you know, a lot easier now than it used to be. And Michael he was big into that stuff, and I think the weather just got you down, buddy. Lego project. Yeah. Yeah, no, Michael had some awesome gear. You still have. Yeah, you still have that beast. Sweet. I need to see if I can find it. I'm gonna, because it's such a cool. Ooh, let's see. Did I find focus now? It's just horrible. Oh, this is ugly. This is ugly. Yeah, I've got the ASI 290mm, Michael, now. It's a lot better. You know, I mean, I was shooting a long time ago with a DSLR, you know, and that was fun even, but that was a long time ago. This year is the first year that I've really been able to do anything. Bottom section, what are we talking about? You love the bottom section of the screen, or the Jupiter, or what? What are we talking about? Let's see. What else did I miss here? I might try out the whole Reddit thing. I might see what happens. Okay, so on the lower right here, this is just PhD, man. I use that just for targeting, so that I don't have to use a finder scope or anything. I'm totally remote. I'm sitting in my study doing this. There's a scope outside. I've got a little webcam going. And yeah, so this is just PhD guiding with a guide cam, just a standard guide cam and little guide scope, and I just use that for targeting so that I make sure I stay on target nicely. I don't actually guide. And then let's see, what else? I'm using Celestron CPWI for pointing, scope pointing. And then this is the scope control for slewing it around, which is super cool. And then fire capture, obviously, which is the, the good stuff. And this cool graph thingy here is the temperature of the camera, because apparently it sends that down. Looks like the camera sensor is at 16 degrees currently, and it started out, looks like at 7 was what the temperature of the camera sensor was when I started out tonight. So yeah, no, that's basically, that's how I kind of have the screen all set up, and I don't really use the PhD thing until, unless I actually need to find it, but I don't often need to deal with it. And the computer outside, so the computer outside here on the lower right, that's just the it's just an old MacBook that I've got Boot Camp running Windows on. It's running all this, and then I just have TeamViewer and sharing the screen up here. So this is the TeamViewer screen by the scope, and then this is my live stream screen. And then I've got a microphone up here pointed at my face. And geez, man, I wish I could see the GRS better. I wish I could show you it better. It'll be better when it moves forward. And yeah, so I've got the 12-inch RC out there with a 2.5x power mate, an ASI 290mm monochrome camera with a motorized filter wheel, a Prima Lucha Lab motorized focuser. On a CGEM DX mount. So let's see if we can get. Yeah, it is cold outside tonight. Let's see. I don't know what the actual temperature is though. Let me look. What does Weather Underground say the temperature is right now? Ooh, look at Ganymede right there. Just it's such a cool view. Even though it's so crappy, it's still, it's still cool to see a frickin' another planet and a moon of another planet. Like that little big moon. It's 7 degrees outside right now, so it is pretty chilly. So yeah, it's cold. Yeah, definitely. Right now I'm on green, just because green shows it's easier to find focus a little bit better, but blue definitely shows that GRS a lot better. So fine. I'm not going to be able to image this anyway. I'm not even going to try. So I'll switch over to blue, so we can get at least a decent view of the GRS. Mike, if you want data, I'll send you data. So I've got really nice data then. If you kill for this that I won't even image, then I've got really nice data. So I'm happy to share. You know what I'll do? Just because I'll record some stuff. Oops. Let me get it right in the middle better. Okay, cool. So there's that. Let me see if I can really find something decent as far as focus. 32! It's 32! It's hot in North Carolina. 22 at night. That's a warm day. Although, I mean, it gets that hot here, but you're very humid, so we're super dry. Super dry here. Also high-ish altitude. Okay, so this is blue. You can see the GRS quite a bit better. And again, the only reason I'm even shooting tonight is because of the horrible, or is because of opposition. Come on, man. I'm waiting for some decent stable sky here. And then I'll record. I'll record like, let's do 90 seconds. Cheers, Michael. You don't have to leave the stream open. I don't care about the views, man. Numbers don't matter to me. I'm just like sharing for the people who want to watch. I'm not trying to like be a YouTube star or anything. I just want to share what I see, that's the important stuff. But thanks for popping in, man. Nice to see you again. Talk to you again, whatever. Ooh. So what do you think? You think we should record? Huh? Sorry, I had a single tear because of this horrible atmosphere. So there's a scale of atmosphere called the Pickering scale. And it's a scale of 1 to 10 of atmospheric quality, sky quality basically. 1 being bad and 10 being like rock solid, like you don't even need to stack, flipping good. I would give this a 3 out of 10. That's bad. This is rough. There's going to be no recording here. Ganymede is almost behind the planet. Let's see if I can really get this. Blue is always really hard to get in focus, especially when things are this bad. But okay, so I'm gonna make it really big for a sec, just because I want to show this little bump. If that ever gets better, that's Ganymede. Come on, it's just like, ooh, that's bad. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna show that anymore because that's not nice. Oh, I'm so bummed though. I wish I could like have a good night of imaging for you guys. I want to show you like all the cool things in space. The neighbor dog. Do you hear that? The neighbor dog is angry at something. Okay. Marlon's asking, do I use flats? Oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely, but not with planets. No, you don't use flats with planets. That's not really a thing for planets. But yeah, for other astrophotography, definitely use flats. Shoot flats. It helps a lot. Like a lot. There's an article, I wrote an article on it on photographingspace.com a few years ago because it's just such an important thing to do if you want to get like really good quality images. And I admit that I'm lazy. Recently, I haven't done a lot of really serious deep sky stuff just because I haven't really taken the time to do so. I've been focusing on other things, and you know, I haven't shot flats, and the problem is, and I end up having to crop a lot, and I end up having to do a lot of background removal that I don't like to do, but it's necessary in order to get the images somewhat decent. You know, this is super bad, but I'm still gonna, I feel like I should shoot just because it is, you know, opposition. So I'm gonna do it. We are gonna do it. So let's do this. I'm gonna do a sequence of, we're gonna do four runs of 60 seconds of red RGB with a 9-second delay in between, and it's gonna be funny. So I switched to red because that's where we're going to start. It's weird. I can't not shoot. I have to shoot. Okay. Whew, that's bad. This is funny. This is funny. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so we've got that. Now we need to set the clipping box. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and start it, and I'm going to watch and see what happens. Okay, so we're shooting, and we're off. We're going to do this because it's opposition night, and we have to. Then after this, you know what? Okay, we're going to go to infrared. No, not yet. We'll go to infrared when it's in the middle, and then we'll shoot more. That's it, yeah. I'm going to have a bite of chocolate. You know, they say you're not supposed to like do things like eat and drink on live streams like this. Screw that. It's life, man. Live your life, you know? Oh. Okay, so now we're switching to green. I'm gonna see if I need to focus. I do. Okay, the histogram looks good. I want to keep them all pretty much the same, right around 90%. Hey, I started imaging and all of a sudden we get like detail, you know? Do you see that detail popping in here and there? I think so. And then there's another cloud we're shooting through, but that's fine. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out though, because it's always interesting and fun. Okay, so we're on blue now, and it's just bad. I'm gonna focus after I start even. Oh, it's so bad. Somebody needs to give that neighbor dog a treat. Ooh! Something just settled down. Okay, cool. Good enough, whatever. That's where we're at. Sorry about that. If you guys can hear that neighbor dog, sorry about that. Okay, we're almost at red. Oh, this is bad. I don't even know why I'm shooting. I'm shooting just because it's opposition. You can't not have stuff on opposition. Right? Check the scope. Now we got a long way to go until zenith, actually. So maybe it'll get decent. It's cool because when we're at zenith, When we're at zenith, the telescope's, the Great Red Spot's going to be, you know, front and center, which is exactly where you want it to be, really. So maybe things will settle by then, which would be good. Here's our green. Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'm gonna have much for better seeing, but we are still approaching zenith, so there is time. There is time. Okay, so here's blue. I mean, it's bad, but it's not terrible. At least we can see, you know, the equatorial belts, and we can see a little contrast on the poles. We can see the GRS. That's, I don't know, something. It's not nothing. I'm doing my best here, trying to find that little sneaky spot of focus. And you can see where my histogram is here. Try and keep those all red, green, and blue as close as I can to each other at about 90%. Switch over to red, start again. There's our red. There you go. Joe Cannon says you just got to work and you're watching Jupiter as you do your paperwork. Well, I'm glad that I can keep you entertained while you're doing the paper pushing. I suppose it's something to look at. That's pretty nice. Thanks for watching, Joe. Yeah, so we're on 3 of 4 this particular RGB run. Keep monitoring this, see if I can get something out of it. Gonna try. Okay, so that was blue. Now we're on our final RGB capture run for this particular segment. After this, I suppose I'll do some infrared just to see how it's looking. Yeah, it does kind of look like an emoji. How about like a disappointed one? Whoa. Well, that was weird. That green is wrecked. Oh, nice. Nice, Joe. So you are in Australia. Excellent. A good one. So we got most of the continents now. Now that we've got some Australia watchers. Oh man. I know you guys in Australia have also been struggling with the jet stream. This has been a rough year for planetary imaging. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to infrared. which is actually near infrared. It's not deep infrared. It's near infrared. It starts at about 742 nanometers and goes all the way up to about 1,000, which is the kind of limit of my camera. And as usual, it looks better, which is pretty normal. Infrared almost always looks a little bit better. So we can do a few of these actually in infrared. But I need to get the focus a little bit better. It's just always a shock how, like, you can be imaging RGB and it just looks awful sometimes. And then you can switch over to infrared and all of a sudden, you've got at least some detail. Granted, there's not a lot of detail here. Not at all. I'm taking my time here with the focus, trying to really find something, because if there's anything we're gonna get, it's gonna be infrared. I'm think that's about as good as we're gonna get. It's not horrible. I mean, it's bad, but I guess what more can you ask for when we looked at that RGB stuff was terrible. So in this case, we run a single filter. Let's do a bunch of 60-second shots. Yeah, let's do a bunch of those. Let's do 10 runs. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Shoot for 10 minutes and then we'll do 10 minutes in the middle and 10 minutes at the end. Why not? Make the best of a bad night. Oh, yeah. How's this going? Whoa. Oh, the taxes. Wow, look at how bad that got. I didn't touch focus, I swear. Look. There's just a floating piece of junk in the sky blocking everything. Oh, so I'm asked now that as a Southern Hemisphere observer, how do I feel about Comet Neowise? And especially these impressive images. Am I impatient to see it? Yes, I'm very impatient to see Neowise. I'm jealous of all these beautiful images, but the thing is, like, it's really cool to see all these images. So hopefully it's still got a little bit of brightness by the time it's visible for me here in the Southern Hemisphere, but if not, it's okay. It's not the end of the world like they used to think comets were. But it's really cool to see all these images of Comet Neowise happen, and people paying attention, looking up. I can see a comet in the sky. It's amazing. I think it's amazing. If I was in the Northern Hemisphere right now, I'd basically make sure everyone around me took some time to look up and look at the comet, because it's one of those things that's possibly a once in a lifetime deal, especially if it's so bright, like the pictures that I've seen. So there we go. This focus is tough. This is about the best I'm gonna be able to get. Yeah, that's too bad. That's great. So Kevin's saying he emailed his neighbors, coworkers, etc. Um, charts and viewing information and stuff. That's awesome. That's outreach, dude. That's cool. I didn't do that. I just like told my friends, like made sure the friends of mine that I knew weren't astro people, made sure they knew when and where to look. Um, that's great that you took that initiative to email them, send them charts and everything, because I mean, most people, they don't know where to look. Why? How would they? So I have a question then about Neowise. When you go out to look, is it, is it proper naked eye? Like, can you just go out and just see it? Or do you, when it's dark, or do you really need to, get a long exposure with the camera? Or do you need to use binoculars or whatever? Or is it just you look in the west, after sunset, after it gets kind of dark and see the comet? Like, um, that's what I'm curious about. I've never actually seen a naked eye comet like that. Seen it in the camera. There was, I forgot which one. Was it the Ison? Back in 2013? I forgot. I think that was the name of it. It was okay. It was a bit weak. Wasn't like this one. But yeah, naked eye. Huh. Wow. So you can just hold your phone. You can like take a cell phone photo of the thing, which I have seen. So, I mean, I know that's possible, but that's so cool. Just to be, I would love to be able to see that. Just to look up and be like, huh, there's a flipping comet. So cool. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. That's amazing. That is amazing that you can see this comet just like in the city like that. How many people, it's crazy to think like, like, we're looking at this comet and we get all excited about it. How many people out there don't even know it's there? It's like they're just going about their daily life, not even thinking to look up and just check. Like, how cool is that? So Kevin, you saying you just blurted out, "Oh, you're right there." That's funny. I can imagine that. I talk to myself like, listen, I talk to myself like this when I'm not live streaming. It's not that much different than talking to the way to you guys how I'm doing this. Obviously, I'm not talking to specific people, but I mean, I have an internal dialogue, and then I'm just like I look at the screen and say things to it like this. So. Yeah, the fact that you can see it at like 10 o'clock at night now is amazing. Oh, that's fantastic. If the old people can see it, then that's perfect. And I'm getting up there, so someday I'll see a comet. Yeah, I'm really hoping this Neowise. The really crappy thing though is there's a curfew now. Because of this freaking pandemic, there's a curfew, 9 p.m. So the major problem is I don't have a lot of western view at my house. So I might be screwed. I might have to, I don't know, sneak out and go somewhere in a safe way. I don't know. We'll see if it's still bright in a couple weeks. Yeah. So Jupiter is pretty much DNZ right now. DNZ meaning damn near zenith. So And the seeing conditions have almost gotten worse. It's bad. So bad. I mean, it's a check. Pretty close to straight up now. We're not really dealing with an excessive amount of extra atmosphere. The atmosphere we're getting is just what's right above me. It's just what it is. So that's what we've got. Jupiter on opposition 12 hours. What is it now? 10 hours before, or 11 hours rather, before 11 hours prior to opposition. And I've got like the worst jet stream and the worst local conditions. I don't know. So I don't know when this curfew is going to end. They just reinstated it again yesterday. We can't buy alcohol, and we have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. And because of the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes at least till the end of the month. So we'll have to see. Yeah, it'll be visible. It's supposed to be visible here at the end of the month. So hopefully we can actually see something. So now let's switch over to blue. Oh, now it's switching back to IR because I closed the window. Oops. Sorry. I wonder if there's a way for me to confuse the filter. Oh, it's on IR. Is that blue? Yeah, that looks like blue. Okay. If I have to make a plan, I'll make a plan to see it. I've got friends who live on a farm, so I could go and like camp out in their backyard or something like that. I could do that. Might be worth it. At least the GRS is visible, and we can see that. It was funny, last night it was in pretty poor conditions. I'm really impressed actually at what I got last night. You know what's funny? I mean, back in '86, so if Halley's Comet was in '86, I would have been 8 years old. I never saw it. I never saw it. Which sucks. I blame my parents, you know? Either I never saw it or I don't remember seeing it, but yeah. Just waiting for these skies to get better. The astrophotography waiting game. I've got to be able to have better handle on the focus than this. This is just. So question, do I use the same setup for TTM Live as I would with deep sky objects? No, this is only the planetary camera. This planetary CMOS camera is only for planets, and whoa, why did that do that? Only for planets and the moon. For DSO, if I'm serious about it, which I haven't been for a while, oops, I've got a QSC 683, bit older CCD camera, but it's a beast. It's actually pretty low resolution though. It's only 8 megapixel. But then for a mono camera, and then it's got nice big pixels, which it's got great light gathering. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just use DSLR as well. So I'd love to get a different dedicated CCD for DSO, but just not in the budget for the moment. I've already got a dedicated CCD. I just need to use it. That's all. A lot of the DSO that I've done in the last couple of years, though, has just been DSLR stuff, just quick and dirty, you know. Yes, it's a beast. It's heavy and it's big, but it's a good camera. It does take some very nice images. Hey, Rob. I wonder if we're going to be able to do anything here. It's just so bad. Sorry again, everyone, that the view isn't any better than it is, but as usual, we kind of have to deal with the atmosphere that we're given. Whoa. Yeah, I don't really know if this is a planet or not, or if this is just like, you know, a blurry flashlight in the sky. Somebody threw up, you know. That's bad. I'm not even imaging right now. I'm just waiting for the seeing conditions to maybe get a little bit better. Because I'm almost at zenith now. But it's just not. This is bad. Ooh, there. Okay, don't move. Don't move. We got it. Oh. Almost. Well, at least you can see the great red spot. So what, the 1986 pass of Halley was the worst in recorded history. Well, let's hope it's good when it comes around. That would be nice. Which is when? When's the next pass? Is it like every 20 years or something? I forgot. $20.50. Oh shit. I want to be old. Like way older than I am now. Thought I was old now. There, it looks more like a planet now. Still terrible. But at least looks like a planet. Whatever cloud we were shooting through must have been thin. Now it's gone. But there was another one right behind it. You can be sure of that. $20.61. Ugh. Let's see. It'll be like 80. So when I'm 80. Imagine how good we're gonna be at imaging comets. Well, imaging everything, you know? By the time we're 80. Totally. We should land a spacecraft on that thing. Hey, so the atmosphere kind of chilled out a little bit. That's good. I'm not even gonna try RGB. Oh, I just wrecked the RGB. I'm gonna go back to infrared. I'm gonna fall asleep. Ugh, bad seeing makes me tired. Let's see if we can get something good out of this. Spend a lot of time trying to get this nice, as much contrast as I possibly can on this infrared filter. If anything's gonna cut through, it's gonna be this. That might be it right there. Yeah. That might be as good as we're gonna get for this one. Let's do some more infrareds and just see what we can make. Who knows? Yeah, so practice your comet shooting now. So we're gonna do 10. 10 of these bad infrareds and then see what happens. Because why not? Hey, hey! Starman's here. Sorry I don't have a great view for you, but this is kind of the best that we've got. The seeing conditions are quite poor tonight, but we're kind of doing as good as we can do. So the atmosphere is not playing along at all. Okay, quick test. What is your UTC offset, Starman? What is your UTC time offset? That's the question. If you're doing the astronomy stuff, gotta know. Mine's +2. Ah, it's cool. It's fine. You you guys in the north, you can have the comet for now. Maybe it'll still be bright by the time it gets done here. Let's hope. Aha, 2 hours ahead of SA. So 2 hours ahead of SA, yeah. Then you're +4. UTC +4. UTC -8, Kevin. Whoa. That's like the password. Otherwise I tell you to leave. if you don't tell me your UTC offset. -8. +10. What? That's right. You guys are way far ahead. Way in the future. 8 hours different from me. Yeah. So we've got, listen, this is crazy. Kevin to Joe. So Joe Cannon to Kevin is flipping. Yeah, that's big. 18 hours difference between you two. It's like a full day in the future almost. Why does it do that? It's screwed up. A decent one. My scope has been misbehaving tonight. It's pissing me off. Because all of a sudden we were getting a little bit of, contrast, a little bit of well, what almost looks like focus. And then it decides to do that. And now it's crap again. Oh, wait, it's back. Oh, crazy. We're all from like all these different time zones and all around the world. Why in the hell, one, is there still DST? Why is there still daylight savings time? And two, yeah, that's the biggest one. I mean, I understand the need for time zones and that's fine. But like, seriously, daylight savings time, why do we still have that? Why is that even a thing? That drove me nuts when I was a kid. It's so antiquated. Down with DST, man. Doesn't make any damn sense anymore. Yeah, I try and keep so with daylight savings time, like I've got family back in the States, and my day job is back in the States, and I have to deal with meetings and things in the States. And so it's like such a pain when things, it's not the end of the world, it's just time. Who cares? But like, it's like, why? Why does it change? You know, like I never remember where my family is, you know, are they 8 hours ahead or behind me? Are they 7 hours behind me? Are they six? I don't remember because things change. So whatever, doesn't make any sense to me. Never did before, doesn't now. Yeah, I wouldn't. Not that I'm gonna make a big push for getting rid of DST anytime soon. I mean, come on, there's other things that need to be taken care of. But like, yeah. And next, metric system. That's the next big push, right? So get rid of DST, get the metric system in there, because everyone should be using metric. It doesn't make any sense. I switched actually in my brain before I moved to SA. I actually switched my brain to use Celsius while I was still living in the States. That was, geez, 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, while I was living in the States, I switched my brain over to use the metric system and Celsius. So like in my car, I set the temperature readout for the outdoor temperature to show in Celsius, so that I basically made that connection in my brain. You know what it feels like, because you know when you live in the States and you use Fahrenheit, and you're just like, okay, well, you know, it's 32 degrees, so it's freezing. Well, when it's zero, it's freezing. You know, you just get you just reset your brain, and then you know what summertime is like and everything. And then I even changed I even changed the speedometer in my car. Well, I didn't change it, but I looked at the kilometers per hour, and what else did I do? Those are the major things. Oh, I actually did. I was able to change. I changed my car speedometer to kilometers per hour. So I was using kilometers per hour in my car. Um, and so like, and then I changed the GPS on my phone to be using kilometers. And so like I had all these things that I did just because I was like, I was tired. I don't want to not, I didn't want to not know metric, um, because it just didn't, it, it's just, it just makes more sense. And it's, I don't know. I it made driving kind of fun because I was like, "Ooh, hey, you know." Now I okay. Well, that was our 10th run of IR, and it didn't really get much better, if at all. Pretty much the same. Yeah, it's super lame that the state still uses imperial units. And it has nothing to do with following, like, you know, the world or whatever, but it's just smart. It's just like, duh. Here we are just griping about the metric system. Doesn't make any sense. Well, the sky's not getting any better. Give it a little bit more time, and then I'm probably going to call it quits so that I can get some sleep, and then, you know, give it a try tomorrow. See how things look. You know, just for fun, I know the great red spot will really show up in CH4 and methane. So let's look at methane, just for giggles. Wow, didn't want to do that. That was insane. My mouth's crazy tonight. Okay, so let's save that position. Now, we're going to switch over to methane, and we'll see that great red spot really pop. It'll be the brightest thing in the middle of the frame. So this is going to be methane. There's methane. Always fun. There we go. It's weird that it doesn't put it in the middle. Okay, so yeah, there's methane now. I'm gonna use, that's IO out there. Huh. How about it? Yeah. Where the hell? Or is that Europa? Oh no, that's because it's offset. That's actually not even the right moon. Okay, anyway, so this is methane. Methane's crazy cool. I know, it's weird. Focusing in methane is tough. I'm actually going to move the scope over a little bit, so if I can try and get Europa in the frame. Why the hell is it up there? Strange, but that's fine, because I can still use it to focus. So with methane, I'm going to use a moon. If I can find it. Damn. Get rid of this auto alignment so that we can see more of the frame. We need to see, there it is, there's Europa. Okay, so just off to its right. Oops. Move this one over. There's Europa. Okay, so right here, believe it or not, there's a moon. You can kind of pop it out. Yeah, it's super cool to be able to see all these things in the sky when you're looking for the comet, but oh no, there's Venus and there's Jupiter. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and tighten up Europa a little bit if I can. Or actually bend 2 by 2. If I can get Europa a little bit tighter on the focus, then I can focus a little bit more on the planet. Because we may as well shoot a little bit of methane, I suppose, while the GRS is front and center, because it's always very low resolution anyway. Yeah, it seems like I had a sweet spot a little bit back. Methane is extremely hard to focus with because it's so noisy. Okay, definitely not there. Okay, I was pretty close there before. About 3 back. Wow, even methane is bad. Hello, Wayne. Thanks for popping in. Seeing conditions are horrible tonight. This is what crazy methane looks like. Wow, this is bad. It looks so cool though. I'm just gonna have to call it this. This is about as good as I'm gonna get. Save current position to filter. Okay. Well, now I've got to get rid of hot pixels. So I'm going to recenter the planet. Okay, and now I've got to basically take control of the filter wheel. And I have to manually move it. I'm gonna watch the sensors. Okay, that's fine. Now I know it's in the middle and there's nothing there, so I'm gonna take a dark frame. So I am super. Okay, so I've got my dark frame. Now I basically just put it in between filters on the wheel so it's dark. So it's blocking it. Okay, so now I do a reset of the filter wheel. Now it's resetting the filter wheel and we'll watch it spin back to infrared and then I'll set it back to methane again and we will be using a dark frame. Okay, so that was infrared and there we are back on the methane. So I can put that control back. We can start imaging this methane now. Put another clipping box around here. Yeah, so this is methane. It's ugly and it's nasty, but the scientific relevance of it is much higher. So that's one of the reasons that it's good. Now we just do 120 seconds And I'm gonna do 15 runs, so for 30 minutes we're gonna do methane. And you know, 15 is too many. I'm gonna do 10. So we'll do 20 minutes of methane. Okay, cool. Make sure it's nice and centered. We're using a dark frame. Definitely matters. And I'll write about 50% histogram. It's ugly and it's nasty, but yeah. So here is our methane. And you should definitely play around with planetary imaging. I think it's fun. It's actually a lot more full contact, I think, than the DSO stuff. DSO is fun too. I mean, it's cool to watch those subs come in, but man, it's a lot more waiting with DSO. Planetary is like a more constant, like go go go. I've also imaged the Southern Cross in Sutherland. That's awesome. It's such a good area. I love that area. Talk about being cold though. It's cold there at night sometimes. So we're just going to shoot this for about 20 minutes now. About 18 more minutes here. And then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to give up after shooting methane because there's really no point in shooting when it's this bad. Yep, so there's that view. Put that back up where it belongs. You can see the scopes, I mean, pointed at zenith now. We're imaging zenith, and it's still difficult to get any sort of definition on any of the filters, really. So we'll just stick here with methane for a little while. Cool thing about methane is what we're actually imaging here is the bright parts are the higher altitude parts of the planet, of the clouds, actually, because the deeper things are, the more methane they're covered with, the less light happens, or the less light is reflected. So basically we're kind of looking at a topographical map of Jupiter at the moment. For methane, I'll shoot anywhere from 50 to 60% histogram. As you can see here, 50 to 60% or so in the histogram for methane. Yeah, it's super grainy. But the thing is, we've been at 2x, so you're having the resolution. The resolution is half of what it is for my other filters. So it's just so dim, and it's so noisy. I mean, the noise level is pumped up because it's so dim, but also, you know, I'm running 100 milliseconds, so I'm only running 10 frames per second on this thing. Because the exposure is so long. I could get a brighter image if I double that exposure, but then I'd only get 5 frames per second, and it's crazy. So it's kind of a toss-up, like you stack a lot, or do you know, try and do longer exposures. But people that came before me and have done a better job with this have recommended to do what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, methane isn't as bouncy, isn't as jumpy as the other stuff, but it's just much lower resolution, so we're just not seeing that atmospheric bounce. So we're supposed to have something called load shedding here in South Africa right now, and rumor has it that they have suspended it, but what it basically is rolling blackouts through the whole country. And the rolling blackout for me is supposed to start in about 1 minute. Now, if I magically just disappear in about 1 minute, or a little bit past, or in 10 minutes, or whenever, that's because of load shedding. The telescope will stop. Everything will stop. Because the power will just go out. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, thanks for popping in and watching. But I don't think it will. I don't think I'll lose electricity. But if I do, and everything goes away, at least you got a warning. Yeah, that's what I also heard, but I mean, I don't know, it's trust what they say, so it might go off anyway. In theory. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. We don't really know. Thanks for stopping in. I hope it chills. Solar here is, I mean, relatively widespread. Quite a few people have solar. I looked into it when I moved into my current home. Damn it. Are we on 5? So I need to do 6 more. Wow. See, seriously, this is ridiculous. Wow, man. The telescope just went nuts. Okay. Cancel that. Start back at 6. Okay. I looked into getting solar when I moved into the house that I live in now. I just didn't have the cash to put down to get it done, because I really wanted to I really wanted to get solar and give the electricity company, the finger and just be like, I'm done with you. But didn't have the cash to do it, so no. I do have a solar panel and a battery. I can run things off in my house. It's a solar battery and one solar panel. Usually I use it for camping and stuff when we go out, but like haven't done that in a while. And now I just keep it charged in my house, and I use it to run, the Wi-Fi and the things that we have to use if I need to during the day or whenever. Most of the time I'm fine. It's just like camping at home, but it is lame. The fact that the electricity infrastructure is so bad and ill-maintained, and it breaks a lot. And that's why we've got these rolling blackouts, is because they just don't have the infrastructure in place. Last time I heard, it was like running at like 40% capacity or something like that. So I could run like a battery out to my scope and run the whole thing off a battery and the computer and everything, but then it's just we had a generator at our house for a while, but we've moved that to my wife's work so that her office can have power when there's load shedding, or when there's so like the generator business and the solar business is actually pretty good business. Looks like, well, they haven't turned it off yet, so maybe what they've said is true, and they have actually suspended load shedding until tomorrow morning, which would be good, I guess, because people need, to run their heaters and stuff like that, because it is cold. Oh, hey, I can do like yeah, this is when you're a little bit crazy. Let's see, I can do it with my left hand. It's like the Loch Ness Monster. Okay, yeah, I'm totally losing it. Oh, man. Seeing is frustrating tonight, but that's okay. 7.5 hours, Wayne. Oh my goodness, that's bad. Yeah, see, that's the other problem. Like when we have this load shedding and we have these rolling blackouts, sometimes when they turn the power back on, the voltage is wrong, or the loads are wrong, and it just messes up your appliances. So I've been lucky and that hasn't happened. Actually, I think my dishwasher was busted once, but I don't know if that was lightning or if that was load shedding. But yeah, I mean, it wreaks havoc on people's houses. I've been lucky that it hasn't in my house, but I know a lot of people who have, so it's not cool. So we've got about, sorry, I left that ugly screen up. Four more captures left. So that means 8 minutes of methane left to shoot. It'd be super cool if we could see an impact. I wonder if impacts are bright in methane. That would be interesting. Okay. Now, question was, did my mount go crazy because it's shooting at the zenith? No. I can usually shoot at zenith just fine. It's just gears are in a bad need of a tune. I need to tighten things up and put some new grease on the gears and get it running a little smoother. I'll do that after opposition and stuff. Looking at the atmospheric predictions for this week, I should probably just do it this week because you'd be better off doing that than shooting in this muck. But that's okay. I'm going to shoot anyway. It's opposition. We have to. Okay, we've got two captures left, and then we'll be done for this opposition evening. So let's see, it is currently 10 hours, a little less than 10 hours until actual opposition of Jupiter. So just past midnight here for me, you know, and then it'll be let's see, when I wake up in the morning, yeah, I'll be awake when opposition is happening. So too bad it'll be, you know, during my morning and I won't actually be able to do any imaging. But man, the atmosphere isn't going to be any better anyway. So, and it just took a turn for the worse. I can see in the quality of this image, it got even worse. Yeah, getting rough, guys. Getting rough. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Really appreciate the chatter. It's always good to have a little bit of chatter in the background there while I'm imaging. So really appreciate it. Cool to see everyone and talk to everybody and answer questions, and you know, just to have that while I'm imaging is cool. So thanks a ton for hanging out. I'm gonna go ahead and probably shut down the stream now, and I will be back maybe when seeing gets a little bit better. Be a little less. Today I had a lot of time to prepare because I knew it was opposition and I was going to shoot no matter what. So that was good. Next time might be a little less noticed, but I'll throw it out there on Twitter and announce as much as I can. So thanks again, everybody, and have a good day, night, whatever it is for you. So cheers, everybody. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening. And well, I'm gonna go to sleep soon because my brain's starting to go. I need some sleep. I'm gonna let this last methane image finish, and then I'll be done. Oh, it's rainy season in we have South Korea. Excellent. I'm glad you were able to join us. Very cool. Okay, cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.